US and India announced a series of agreements. They are to announce a series of agreements in space, in defense and technology during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit and his interaction with US President Joe Biden. India and the US are to sign the Artemis Accord on space exploration. So NASA and ISRO are developing a strategic framework for human spaceflight cooperation. India is to join the Artemis Accord countries on civil space exploration. NASA and ISRO have agreed to a joint mission to the International Space Station next year, 2024. So there are also big bang business deals on the cards after PM Narendra Modi is meeting a series of CEOs. Big story on India today. US is to partner with India to build the semiconductor ecosystem that promotes, and this is very important, supply chain diversification. Micron Technology is to set up semiconductor facility in India. Training programs for 60,000 engineers is on the cards. New implementation on whether it's artificial intelligence or quantum technologies is to be set up. The two countries are also working together both on 5G and 6G technologies, including open radio access network systems. And for more on this, I want to bring into this conversation Group Captain Augustine Vinod. Group Captain Vinod, when you look at some of the conversations that are taking place, since Ambassador Meera Shankar mentioned the GE 414 engines for LCA Mark II and perhaps AMCA, GE has just made an announcement on the MoU with HAL. What does this mean for the Indian Air Force? What does this mean for India?
It's a big deal because of the spin-off technologies that come with it, Gaurav, and we have discussed in your program earlier, and I believe it has sort of become, widely watched, and I got calls from all and sundry on that program which we did with you. There's a single crystal turbine blade. It's a very difficult technology, Gaurav, to come by. Powder metallurgy disc, again a difficult technology to come by. So these non-polluting combustion chambers. So in an engine has got multiple small parts that makes this particular technology very hard to come by. And we know, for fact, we tried it with Kaveri engine, and I'm very sorry to say I haven't reached not made very much of headway in Kaveri. And GE has been making not only the military engines like Airforce 414, it is also making turbines for T700 turboshaft for Apache AT901, and there's another wonderful engine technology, hopefully they will share it with us, is called an XA100, an active cycle engine. In commercial, you've traveled enough in Indigo, AirAsia and whichever.
But what I want to understand is, it's an MoU. It's an MoU at this stage. It's for co-production.
I know, it is.
So
it'll get announced.
Correct. So from an MoU to the actual production in India for IAF, should there be defined timelines?
Oh, no, I would put it the other way. Because of the inability to cater to the requirement that GE is getting on all its engine, it has to open up its production base elsewhere and in a country which is a reliable partner and where the production cost is going to be low. It cannot be China. It has to be India because of the demographic dividend that we enjoy in terms of English-speaking population, intelligent population, and young population. So there is no third. I mean, other than China and India, I don't think there is a third option where GE can go and set up shop. To me, it is a win-win not only for us, but also for GE to set up shop here, because it is going to be cheaper to produce and easier to export, and we are going to facilitate and giving them a red carpet welcome for making it here.
Okay. So, Ambassador Meera Shankar, do you also look at it? Do you also look at it in this way, that this is a time that America needs us as much because of the demographic dividend in India, the markets in India, and the fact that these are two very powerful democracies?
Look, I would say that there is a mutuality of interest and an increasing convergence of strategic interests in the Indo-Pacific region. So I don't want to go into who needs who more. After all, we are a large market and promising to be, to grow at a fast pace. And of course, there are shared strategic convergences. But at the same time, India needs the US market because they are our largest trading partner, a country with which we have a small trade surplus, very few countries with which we have a trade surplus. Say, for instance, China. I mean, we have a huge trade deficit, which is actually destroying our small and medium-scale industries. Now, with the US, on the other hand, our entire IT, biotechnology, high-tech sector has grown on the basis of linkages with the US economy. And today, also, about 60 to 70% of our software and IT service exports are to the US market. So I think we should also be aware of the fact that the US is an important partner for us, not just in the field of defense, but also if we want our economy to grow, particularly in high technology sectors, and that this is going to be a mutually beneficial relationship driven by both converging strategic interests and democratic values.